Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Florida Becomes an Anti-Crime Fortress. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help get the word out. Now, let's get started. As crime continues to increase across the country, an interesting thing is happening in Florida. Florida is still arresting and prosecuting criminals. Who would have thought that was possible in this day and age? Now, some people hear that and they say, what's the big deal? Isn't that the way it should be? Well, it is, but a growing number of cities and states across the country no longer enforce the laws. They no longer prosecute criminals. If you call 911 in Florida or New York or places, they will listen to your call and then they'll tell you to fill out a complaint on the police website and submit it there. You can imagine what happens once you submit that complaint there. You're lucky if anybody reads it. They'll tell you that they're undermanned and they don't have the staff to send a car to your home for a complaint. In many cities now, they ask people not to call 911 unless the problem is a life and death matter. Think about that. Can you imagine? In many instances, they simply won't come to your home at all, or it may take 8 hours for somebody to show up when you're not home. They want you to decide if the problem is life-threatening before you call them. Now, that's a very disturbing trend. Is attempted murder on somebody else life-threatening? I think most people would agree that it is. What about someone attempting a carjacking while you're in the vehicle? Is that life-threatening? Probably, depending on how idiotic the people at the other end of the 911 phone call are. What about someone who throws a brick through your living room window? Is that life-threatening? Did you know that a growing number of cities won't send the police if there's a homeless person or a drug addict involved in the incident simply because they don't want to have their jail systems overrun or their court systems overrun by more homeless and more criminals and drug addicts? Same thing with people who've come into the country illegally. The cities and states don't want the financial burden of arresting them. They don't want to house them in their jails. They don't want to feed them. In some cities, it's literally crushing their budgets. So what's happening in Florida now with regards to crime? Well, not only is Florida still enforcing the laws, but they are prosecuting criminals very aggressively. How aggressively? They're throwing people in jail for many violations and offenses that in other cities or states would be just ignored. They wouldn't even arrest them for these offenses. That means that people are safer than ever in Florida. They know that when they call 911, a police car is going to show up. They know that when a drug addict or a homeless person sets up a tent on their front yard, that they'll be arrested and put in jail. They know that when they go to the grocery store for an hour or two and a squatter tries to move into the house, the police will come and they'll drag him out and throw him in the squad car. They also know that if somebody performs a hit and run on their vehicle and then runs off, the police will go after them. Most importantly, business owners know that if 20 kids storm their store and steal hundreds of items in a flash robbery, that the police will come and they will go after them. So what is the effect of all of this on life in Florida? Well, it means that word has spread throughout the criminal community across the country. Don't move to Florida. Don't even visit Florida if you're a criminal that can't control themselves and needs to perform a crime everywhere you go because you're an idiot. Drink and drive, and you're going to jail. Steal a purse or sexually accost a woman, you're going to jail. Shoplift or spray graffiti on a building or home, you're going to jail. Block the freeways and highways and surface streets with a protest, and you're going to get arrested and go to jail. Dine and dash at a restaurant, you're going to jail. And because of all that, criminals don't want to travel to Florida as often as they used to. What a shock. It's a real loss. It means that instead of normal law-abiding citizens in Florida feeling uncomfortable amongst all the criminals, now it's the criminals that are scared and they feel uncomfortable because of all the police action preventing them from committing more crime. And that's why Florida is becoming an anti-crime fortress. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. In fact, you should. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Thank you for watching, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.